Hi guys, welcome back to today's episode of Mimi's Musings podcast. I'm your host Gungu Mildred, and I'm so happy that you're back to continue supporting me. Welcome, and again, thank you for being here. So today's episode, I'm going to be ranting about everything I've experienced with this podcast, starting it, and everything in between up to now. So last week, I uploaded my first ever episode. It was an introduction, but hey, when I was starting this thing out, I knew it was going to be tough, yeah, but I just didn't. I think I underestimated just how tough it was going to be. So, recording the audio was okay because I don't want my face to be seen there, but so I'll just be doing audio, maybe at some point a little bit of animation, my avatar here and there, or just a photo of me. But I was thinking, let me start with the audio, finish that. So I did. I recorded the audio. It was good, it was fine, and then started to edit it. Editing isn't the simplest of things. I mean, whoa. But I tried. I really tried. So I did my editing and then I had to upload it on YouTube. So while trying to do that, I quickly realized that I can't use the audio that I had from my editing app and just upload it to YouTube. So that meant that I had to use another application to again edit this audio. And so I did. I tried to upload it, nothing. So I had to add picture and then finally it was able to upload. But I remember going through that process. I'm saying it and it seems like it was just a thing that happened within a few minutes, but it happened like for hours. I spared an entire day to just do the final touches for this thing because I'd already edited the audio, but now just trying to upload it on YouTube. I mean, it's a learning curve, I get it, but man, I was so stressed. I came to tears a couple of times, but I kept telling God, like, people say that this thing is so easy that they can even do it on their phones. Why is it so hard for me? And I'm here and I'm trying. I really want to just start something from the beginning to the end and be happy about the end product. Needless to say, I did. I finished it. Finally, it uploaded on YouTube and then waiting for it to come, to be, because at first it was private. So waiting for it to become public, to be published. That was the greatest thing. Waking up the next day and just seeing it. I was like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Because it was it was something else. Like, it troubled me so much. I was so worried. I didn't want to disappoint myself more than anybody else, because this thing, I'm doing it for me, not for anybody else, but just for me. So just seeing it up and people viewing it, I was so happy. So thank you, by the way, for everybody who viewed it. I mean, thank you so much for anybody who texted, anybody who commented, anybody who just was like, yo, that's a big step, and, kudos and continue the good work. So thank you, because your support has meant so much to me. It has made me feel like I can do this. So even if it's just 5 people who are like, congratulations, keep up the good work, that has given me motivation. Saying that, it worries me that on the day that I put it up, I got like 25 views, but I only got 5 people to subscribe. And one of those 5 people is me, from my personal account. So only 4 people subscribed that day, which is a problem, because I put it up on my WhatsApp, I put it up on Instagram, all these platforms. I have people who are viewing, who are, commenting, but I couldn't get a single subscription from you guys. I mean, it's just supporting me. I've said it before. I said in the previous podcast, like, I haven't had a job for the past 2 years. So what would you prefer really? Would you prefer for me to call you and be like, hey, please give me some money so that I can go and shop. Please give me some money so that I can make my hair. Please give me some money so that I can eat. Or would you prefer just subscribing to my channel, helping me develop that channel, and get more subscribers, and eventually, I can start getting paid ads and paid promotions and all of those things. And in doing that, I'll get money to be able to feed myself. It's better for you to teach me how to fish instead of you just giving me the fish all the time. But I've realized that in my life, a lot of the people have always wanted to just give me the fish and not actually to teach me how to fish. Because I think that gives them a reason to complain. They'll help me, but they'll do it while complaining. They won't complain to my face. They'll be telling other people, like, why did Mildred do that? Like, why is she asking me for money? Why is she asking me for help? Did I tell her to quit her job? Did I tell her to just stay at home and do nothing? Am I her mother? Am I her whatever? Am I her sponsor? You ask all these questions, but then I come up with a couple of different ideas for businesses. Believe you me, if you're a listener who has never met me, now this is my story with the things I've tried to do for myself out of employment. Before I even quit my job, I started making hoodies and t-shirts, printed t-shirts and printed hoodies. And so I went out to my socials. Every other day, I put out designs and different writings and different words of the things that I was trying to sell. I went to Canva and I was trying to do all these things, designs and stuff, and then putting them up on my socials. My friends would like those things that I put up. They would like the photos, but none of them ever reached out to even just inquire anything about them. I think one friend of mine is the one who bought a hoodie for her sister, and one family member also bought a hoodie from somebody in our family for a birthday present. But everybody else, nobody. So I was like, okay, maybe those ones are a bit expensive. Yeah, maybe those ones are a bit expensive. So I was like, okay, that can still run, but let me try to do something different. So, because I like cooking, I came up with this thing of, okay, I can do like meal plans and cook for people, especially bachelors who, just eat at the kibanda and stuff. So I was like, I can come to your house, cook for you meals for the whole week, and then you can just come from work, hit whatever is written for Monday, for Tuesday, and so on and so forth. And I did that. I actually did that for a couple of people. But again, none of my friends ever, even just shared those things. Because I remember asking some friends, could you just share my number? And because I made little cards, I was like, could you just share that poster, that card? Just share it on your socials. Let people know that I'm doing these things. But there was always an excuse or the other, or just somebody ghosting you for no reason and nothing. Actually, a friend, a high school friend, and I haven't spoken to her ever since that day. She reached out to me and she was like, so how much are you charging for the meal plan and the cooking? I told her my price and she laughed. She laughed. And I was like, why does she find that to be funny? The price isn't exaggerated. I was actually even charging less than what other people who make meal plans and cook for people charge, because I was just starting out. I was trying to get, a client list or something. But this lady laughed. And I was like, oh, if you cannot support me and you actually text me just to make fun of me, then I'm not interested. And so I was like, yeah, I'm cutting you off. And I haven't spoken to her ever since. Then, other than cooking, I came up with something else. I was like, people like have errands, but they don't have enough time in a day to run them. So I can do that. I made out another card and I put them on my socials, and I was like, okay, I can run errands. I can take your clothes to the dry cleaners and bring them back home. I can do this, I can do that, I put there and I wrote them on the cards and I put them on my socials. And I was like, yeah, these ones I'm going maybe to get a couple of clients. Again, the clients that I got, not even one of them was a friend or a family member or even a recommendation from a friend or a family member. Because they will view them on my status, on my Facebook, on my Instagram. They will come and view. They would like, but nothing. Nothing. Not even a single word of just, yeah, I know somebody who would be okay with these services. Yeah, I know somebody who wants. Like, people have chamas. And in these chamas, they usually go like, tunatafuta mtu wa kupika chapati, tunatafuta mtu wa kupika mandazi. They know I can do those things. But did they ever recommend me? No. The recommendations I got were from strangers. People who came by my number on Facebook or something, they're the ones who called and inquired. But the people who actually know me, none of them. I think only one aunt of mine shared those cards on her social. But everybody else just kept quiet. And they're there, they view. And then you meet them. And this is the funniest thing. When you meet them in person, they go like, yeah, I saw that you're doing this and that. Oh, that's nice, that's nice. And you wait for them to inquire about any of it, just to show some extra interest, and nothing comes. And you go like, oh, even when they commented about it, it was just so that you can feel like, oh yeah, so they usually see what I post, which is nonsense. And I'll say it, I'm sorry, but it's nonsense. So other than those, I'm also a writer. Okay. And so I have a blog where I go and I write sometimes what I call poetry. And I also write short stories. And I started this thing in 2020. It was a way of me just keeping myself busy where I was working, because part of the reason why the place was toxic is because my bosses weren't coming to the office as much as they should. And it was a doctor's clinic, so they were supposed to be coming in so that you can have patients. And so I could be busy, but they weren't. So I would just spend the whole day by myself, sitting, doing nothing, being in my head, overthinking, and all of these things until the scenarios started being so terrible. So I started a blog. I started writing because I've always loved writing since I was a kid. And then I went to people and I was like, yeah, I'm doing this. So whenever I would post something, whenever I would write, publish a story, I would again share it to my socials. So you will see, like that day that I've published something, you'll see a couple of people who will go on and just view. But the people who would actually read my stories were people from the US, from the UK. I mean, people who are not, they're viewing the thing on my Facebook. Yeah, they can see the link, they click on it, and then they just get to the home page, and then they're out. So when I go to check my statistics, it's like, okay, you had like 10 visitors. And then you go to check, so what did they read? And you find that they only checked the homepage. So I was like, okay, maybe they don't know how to navigate from the homepage. So why don't I tell them? I went to my socials and again wrote to them. When you get to the homepage, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then you'll get to the other stories. You'll be able to view. Again, every time I go to check my blog, the statistics are always the same. You had like 10 visitors, you had 5 visitors today, you had 20, you had 2. But you'll find out of those 10, only like 2 or even just 1 went to the other stories. For most of it, People just view the story that I uploaded that day because when you clicked on that link, you get to that story. But the others, no. So you're like, people just don't like supporting people that they know. And I've had creatives complaining about these things so much. And I've always felt like it's just wrong. Because all these people that I know, I know that they know other celebrities, Kenyan celebrities. And they're always on their channels, on their socials, commenting, laughing. They even call you and they go like, oh my God, did you see so-and-so's Instagram page? Did you see what they wrote? Did you see what they said? And you're like, yeah. But when it's mine, somebody that they know, they feel like it's hard for them to just support. And I've never understood why people do that. Why can't you support me, somebody that you know? You'd rather support a stranger, somebody whose livelihood, somebody whose, you don't know that person. And I know it. Like, I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love our content creators. There are some that I wouldn't put my life on the line for them because I don't know them that much. But I love them so much that if there was a thing that people were saying against them, I'll be like, no, don't say that about so and so. So I love them, okay, because it's thanks to them that my days are brightened sometimes. I wake up in the morning and I'm already stressed. I go online, see somebody's feed, and I just laugh my head off, and that redirects my day. So if it was going to be bad, it instantly becomes good. So believe you me, I love them. Yeah. But my question still remains, why would you support them and not support me, somebody that you actually know? If I've put up a link, click on it, go where it takes you, check it out. If you're supposed to subscribe, just hit the subscribe button and then leave. It won't cost you a lot of time. Like, it will be just even 5 minutes won't end. And if it's listening to a podcast like this one, you can just put it on and do your things in the house. You could be on your way to work or from work. Put earphones on and just listen. If you're in the house, do what I do. Put it on speaker, clean, cook, do whatever. Take a shower even while you're listening. Organize your wardrobe and stuff while you're listening. It keeps the mind busy, entertained, and you just find yourself just working and you realize, oh, I'm done. I support other people, so please support me too. It doesn't cost you a lot. It won't take a lot from your time. My podcasts aren't going to be long. Okay, this is the beginning, so I can't really promise that. But just be a supportive person. That's all I'm asking. If you know me, if you have loved me in one time or the other, please, I'm asking you to support me on this. Let my audience grow and be one of the people who helped me, grow it. Give your help to so many people who you do not know. Why don't you give your help to me, somebody that you actually know? So, anyway, that's my ramblings for today, my musings for today. I'm grateful that you're here. If you have listened up to this moment, thank you. As I said, comment in kind, but mostly listen, like, comment, share, and subscribe, please. Okay, I'll really, really appreciate it. I'll be very, very grateful if you do that for me, because as I said, I really want this to grow. I really want to see where it can go to. I really want to see how much of a commitment I can make with it. So I want to be here every week, and I hope that you're going to be here every week, and that you're going to be listening, and you're going to be supporting me, And as I said, if you want me to discuss anything in particular, tell me about it in the comments. I'll do my research and I'll come and, talk about it. And you'll be able to comment again. Tell me if you agree with it or not. As I said, I'm not a professional. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a counselor. This is just me saying what I think, and I hope that you're going to be with me as I continue with the journey. So, again, thank you so much for being here up to this moment. I hope that you're going to tune in next week for another episode of Mimi's Musings podcast. Okay, bye bye now. Love you.